Good afternoon everyone, and welcome to a new pond. I thought I'd do a quick catch-up video from the photographs of me building the pond the other day. A lovely afternoon it is as well. Summer's going, autumn's coming in, so still got flowers in bloom. You can see, still coming up nice. So go down. So as you can see, all my decking's in. Didn't really show this in my photographs, but all this was all different levels all round. You know, and I've had to put sleepers all the way around to support the wall there. And steps going up, but still got a few bits to finish off. Oh, there's the pond. That's what we've come to see. I seem to be happy with it. It's decided to go for a raised pond. I've used sleepers. These sleepers are 8 foot long by 200mm by 100mm each. The softwood sleepers, decided to go for the softwood. They are a little bit cheaper than the hardwood ones for what I was doing. And what I've done is I've staggered them. How I've put them on, I've staggered each of them as I've put them on, as you can see, to help stop them moving that way. And they're all bolted in. The bolts in. Now those bolts are all, each 10 inches long. Them bolts are. So they come in at the side here, and they come up to here. Them bolts do. So you've got quite a distance in with them. And each one's got 2 in each. Now the top, look, moves. It's not fastened down yet, because I've still got things I need to do, so I haven't fastened that down yet. But what I've done is I've copied off an idea of a guy I've seen in America, of one of the YouTube channels, and he's used this, which is fishing wire. And what you do is you thread it over top of your beams here, and you take it across your pond. And as you can see, it doesn't stop the way you can look in your pond, not like the net does. It doesn't restrict your view. Plus, it stops the heron from getting in still, because the herons won't want to land on here. One, you've got the nails, and 2, they can feel this underneath them, which they start tripping over, so they can't land on here on the side. Plus they struggle then for getting down into the pond itself, because they can't get past the wire. So I'm hoping it's going to work. I've not really seen any herons yet where we've moved to, so fingers crossed. But yeah, I'm happy with the pond. I mean, you can just see some of my koi now. I've not really got many fish left now, because when we were at the old house before we moved, Mr. Heron paid me a visit and I didn't have my net on. It just happened to be the one day I took my net off, didn't put it back on again, and he helped himself to about 5 fish. So, I mean, you can't see all that clear. I mean, I can see the fish there, but I'll come a bit closer. There you go. Now they're more or less down to the bottom. Now that's 3 foot deep there, where them fish are now. It does go down to 4 foot in the centre, where they're moving to now. But that's 3 foot deep there. But because of the shimmer of the light, you can't really see down the bottom. Now, when I first put the water in, I had to use the old filter, which is that thing on the floor down there. It's a little canister filter. Wasn't really up to a pond of this size, and the water went green. And one of the main problems I have as well is I get a lot of sun here. I mean, it beats down. It comes in the morning up here. It shines straight down on this end of the pond, and as it goes around where the shed is and all the way around here, it's got sun all day long. There's no shade on the pond at all. So I need to rectify that, because obviously, one, I don't want the fish getting sunburned, and two, it's horrendous for the algae. It just helps it grow like wildfire. So that needs to be rectified. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to build a pagoda, or whatever you want to call them, over top of the pond, and put a bit of a roof on it. Do about the same height as a shed, which should hopefully stop the herring getting in, and it should give the pond a bit of shelter, a bit of shade. I've just recently made a skimmy, a couple of old bins to put in, and as you can see, it's whirling away. It is collecting stuff slowly. Don't want it working too much, but it is working. So might need to just tidy up that end a little bit. Yeah, so I've got a 10,000 litre per hour pump, which sits at the bottom. Pipe comes across, comes through here. This is where all my pipe work comes through. It comes through, comes down here, and then it runs underneath the floor to the filter. And then the return comes back up here, comes out here, and is running in there. One thing I can ask, if anyone knows, is obviously I'm getting a lot of this froth that's appearing. If someone's got some handy ideas on how to eradicate that, would be grateful. So I've got air stones in. I've got 4 air stones in altogether, but I've turned them down now. I've only got the one going at the moment, because now the temperature's getting cooler. You don't really need as much oxygen in the pond, and one seems to be working alright, plus which it cuts down on the amount of foam you're getting. But again, all the pipes run up. I want to eventually tidy all these pipes up so they're coming across the side here, so they're not staggered all across the pond. They come in here and they run the same underneath the floor. If you're wondering what this wire is here, this is running off the skimmy. What basically happened is I put a pump in the skimmy. It's only a small pump, but it wasn't kind of pulling the water in as much as I wanted it to. So I added a second pump that I've got, just to see if it works. But instead of threading it under the floor like I did the other one, I've just run it through, and then just run it through, taken it through the gap in the shed here, and then just plugged it in, because I've got a socket up here in the shed where I just plugged it in. And then if you come here, give you a quick run through this. Electric control box. This is for my skimmy. That's my pump, my water pump, pumping the water back in. That one's my air, that one's my UV. That's off the UV, the transformer for the UV. And then all the cables come down, run underneath here, and everything. Most of my stuff run underneath the floor. And now I've done the floor, is I've done it so that it's cut here, so that I can just take all these pieces up all the way down it any time I need to, and I can get at all my pipes that are running underneath. And now I've not got pipes running around where my feet are. Now this is my filter house. I was going to use this shed, but then I decided not to. So this is going to be my filter house here. I wish when I did it I'd moved the shed up that way fraction more, and it's something I might look at doing later on if I need a bit more space. But for the time being, this is getting me filter house. I'm intending to build a roof. I'm going to come off the shed and build a roof here, so the roof comes over top, and put a proper door on the front here so it's all sealed in. I want to try and get that done ready for winter if I can, so it keeps the weather off the EasyPod. I went for an EasyPod, like I said on my previous video I put on. I think it's a cracking filter. What it's done, it's well worth the money for what it's done, because how it's cleared that water up in that pond is amazing. And if I just take the lid off, I think they're amazing filter. Absolutely are. I mean, look at that. You can see right down to the bottom of that. That's how clear it's getting the water. Absolutely brilliant. And it's been over a week since I cleaned this out. Now, and they're such an easy filter to use. I mean, like I say, all you have to do is wait till it fills. Take this bit of pipe here, slot that bit of pipe in there. Wait till it fills up, till the water just starts coming over top of here. And I go down here, turn the valve off so it stops it pumping up. Come up here, knock everything off up here. Turn the air on here, which bubbles it all up, brings all the dirt up, chucks all the dirt into this section here. And then when you've let that bubble up a bit, you turn it off, pull the gate valve up, and the water just runs off down the drain here. And that water runs out of there, out of that drain. If you come down here, underneath the decking here, just underneath the decking here, where I can get at it underneath the floorboards here, the drain is somewhere around about here. And there's a pipe runs down there, runs around, runs straight to the drain. And then there's another drain up the far corner under the decking. So, brilliant. So, like I say, I've just got the air pump here, so it's a cracking filter. Really is, really does work well. But I want to improve it, and I want to get the system running a bit better. So the intentions is to do the roof on here, and then I want to look at, once I've done the roof on here, I'm going to look at probably starting somewhere here. I'm going to see about doing a sieve filter, put a sieve filter in, and have that dropping onto a trickle filter coming down, and then off the trickle filter it will then run across into the filter here, into the EasyPod, through the EasyPod, then back again. But that's later on in the year. I mean, like I say, we've not been in the house long, and my priority was getting the pond sorted, which is in, and getting the decking done, which I've spent the best part of summer since we've been in. We moved in April this year, so you know it's taken me all summer to sort the pond, get all the decking in and everything. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. You know, I've had a thought of putting plants in. I've had a thought of dig it out and use it as just as another pond, and so I can breed the koi and put the babies in here, or as it has have a quarantine thing. I'm not too sure yet what to do with it, so just left it as it is at the moment. But yeah, seems to be working quite well, and I'm quite happy with it. I hope it's been informative what I did. Anyone looking at doing the pond, I hope it helps you, and I'll get back to you later when I've start doing a bit more on the filter house. So all I can say is good luck with your koi if you keep going. Have a good day. Thank you.